John Adabio was only 32 years old, but in Lagos, his name carried weight. His convoy of black SUVs moved through the city like a royalty in motion. Street vendors paused, security guards saluted, businessmen whispered. He had built a billion-dollar logistics empire stretching across West Africa, from nothing, from struggle, from sacrifice. But none of it would have existed without one woman, Mama Madonna, his mother, the woman who worked 3 jobs after his father died in a tragic accident, the woman who sold her wedding jewelry to buy his first business suit, the woman who once told him, "My son, you are destined for greatness," and he believed her. That evening, the Lagos skyline shimmered under a crimson sunset as John adjusted his platinum watch, a birthday gift from Mama on his 30th birthday. His driver's voice came through the intercom. "Sir, we are approaching Victoria Island. The investors' meeting ended early. Should we proceed home?" John smiled. "Yes, but first stop at Mama Cass' kitchen. You know what to get." Meat pies, her favorite. Even as a billionaire, he never forgot the small things. His phone buzzed. A message from Leena, his wife. "Working late again? Your wife misses you." John typed back, "Coming home early tonight. Surprise for Mama." The reply came instantly. "Why is it always about your mother? What about me?" The smile faded from his face. This wasn't the first time Leena had said something like that, but he ignored it. Surely she understood. Surely she respected the woman who gave him life. 20 minutes later, John stepped through the iron gates of his mansion, carrying the warm paper bag. The estate stretched across 5 acres of prime Lagos property. Palm trees swayed, fountains sang. Everything was perfect. Until, crack. The sound cut through the air. John froze. The paper bag slipped from his hands. Meat pies scattered across the marble steps. Then he heard it. His mother's voice, weak, trembling. "Please, my daughter, don't do this." And then, Leena, cold, sharp. "I am not your daughter, and this is my house now." Slap! Something inside John broke. He moved silently down the hallway. Another slap echoed. His hands trembled. When he reached the door and pushed it open, the world he knew shattered. Leena stood over Mama Madonna's wheelchair, a house slipper raised like a weapon. "Poor old woman, you think because you suffered for him you deserve to rule this house?" "I just want peace," Mama whispered. Leena struck her again. That was it. The door slammed against the wall. "What the hell is happening here?" Leena spun around. "John, baby, you're home early. I was just—" Silence. His voice didn't shout. It didn't need to. It shook the room. He knelt before his mother, touched her trembling hands. "Mama, what has she done to you?" Tears streamed down her face. "I didn't want to trouble you, my son." John stood slowly, turned toward his wife. "How long?" "John, please." "How long have you been hurting my mother?" "She was being difficult." A woman in a wheelchair was being difficult? Silence. Deadly silence. John pulled out his phone. "Barrister Okoro, prepare divorce papers immediately." Leena gasped. "No, John, it was a mistake." "Love," he said coldly, "does not raise a hand against a helpless old woman." Within minutes, security escorted her out. Her screams echoed through marble halls. "You'll regret this." "The only thing I regret John replied, is not seeing your true nature sooner. But jealousy is a dangerous thing. It does not disappear quietly. 3 nights later, at exactly 2:47 a.m., a shadow scaled the east wall of the mansion. It was Leena, her face twisted with rage. In her hand, a vial of clear liquid. If I can't be happy, no one will be. She slipped inside through a faulty service entrance. Quiet, silent. Mama Madonna's room. She stood over the sleeping woman. You ruined everything, she hissed. She uncapped the vial, but before she could move, the door exploded open. Leena! John tackled her to the ground. The vial sattered across the floor. Security rushed in. Police followed. You came to murder my mother? John roared. She stole from me. Leena screamed. If I can't have happiness, no one can. That night, jealousy finally destroyed itself. Leena was arrested for attempted murder. As she was led away in handcuffs, she looked back one last time. John's arm wrapped protectively around Mama Madonna, and in that moment, she realized something too late. Love was never the problem. Her jealousy had been. 6 months passed. The mansion felt different, peaceful. Mama Madonna often sat beneath the mango tree in the garden, smiling, healing. And one afternoon, a new presence entered their lives. Dr. Juliana Okechukwu. Kind, gentle, warm. She didn't care about John's empire. She cared about his heart. She respected his mother. She valued family. And slowly, John began to heal too. Under fairy lights in that same garden, John knelt on one knee. Juliana, you are my healing, my hope, my home. Will you marry me? She smiled through tears. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Mama Madonna clapped with joy from her wheelchair. John had lost a marriage built on jealousy, but he had found a love built on respect, and this time it would last forever. Because empires are not measured by money, they are measured by loyalty, by sacrifice, by love that protects instead of competes. And John Adabio understood that night. A man who forgets his mother forgets himself, but a man who protects his mother builds a legacy that can never be destroyed.